Have you ever wondered why life feels so full of changes? Have you ever wondered why joy arrives only to leave so quickly? Have you ever wondered why sorrow keeps returning again and again? Welcome back to Son.Mindfulness. Here, we explore Buddhist wisdom and how it guides everyday life. I am here to sit with you, like two friends after a long day. Life today moves faster than ever before. Health, work, family, all bring worries and concerns. Sometimes we feel lost, unsure where to find answers. Have you ever felt that way yourself? Buddhist teachings give us answers that are deep yet simple. Impermanence teaches us to accept change. Karma reminds us that every action leaves a mark. Letting go allows us to love without clinging. Mindfulness brings us back to the present, and acceptance opens the door to peace. That is why today's topic is so important, because it is not only philosophy, it is medicine for the heart. If you practice, life will feel lighter each day. Stay with us until the end of this video. You will discover fresh insights and treasures for your own life. You will see how ancient wisdom still shines in today's world. Son.Mindfulness was created to walk with you, to remind you that you are never alone on the path to peace. Please subscribe so you never miss a teaching. Your support is the greatest encouragement for us. Let me offer you a heartfelt blessing. May you stay healthy, living fully each day. May you stay peaceful with a heart light as the clouds. May you stay happy with a smile that brightens those around you. And may you always find good fortune along your path. Now, let us enter the main message. You will hear stories, lessons, and reflections to guide your own journey. Are you ready to begin this exploration? Part 2. Buddhist Wisdom, Tea Teachings. My friend, have you ever sat down after a long day and sighed? Have you ever wondered, why does life change so quickly? Today you may feel healthy. Tomorrow a doctor's report may trouble your heart. This morning you may laugh with your grandchildren. By evening, news of an old friend's passing may bring tears. In those moments, we realize a simple truth. Everything changes. This is the teaching of impermanence, anicca. Imagine a river flowing. The water today is never the same as yesterday, and tomorrow it will be different again. Our lives are just like that. Every breath, every cell, always in motion, never still. Yet here is the gift. Instead of grieving because nothing lasts, we can learn to let go. We can learn to welcome change with open arms. A Tibetan teacher once said, "You suffer not because things change, but because you want them not to change." Does that sound familiar to you? When our hair turns gray, when our strength fades, our hearts often sink. But look deeper. It is simply the law of nature. The trees in your garden shed their leaves each fall. You do not blame them. You smile, knowing spring will come again. So why do we blame ourselves when age arrives? Impermanence, rightly understood, is a gift. It teaches us to cherish each passing moment. Alongside impermanence comes another truth: karma. Every word, every action, even every thought, plants a seed. Sooner or later it bears fruit. This is not superstition nor a divine punishment. It is simply the natural order of life. Plant an apple seed and you will not harvest oranges. Think back. Have you ever helped a neighbor only to be helped years later in return? That is not coincidence. Modern science even speaks of emotional contagion. A Harvard study showed how kindness spreads even to people you never meet. In this way, karma is not only philosophy. It is a truth confirmed by life itself. But karma is not only about great deeds. A single negative thought can grow into sharp words. Sharp words can harden into harmful actions. Yet a single grateful thought upon waking can change the flavor of your whole day. Peace ripples out from a thankful heart. Still, if impermanence is true, if karma is certain, why do we suffer? The answer is attachment. We cling to loved ones, fearing they will leave us. We cling to wealth, fearing loss. We cling to reputation, fearing shame. The tighter we cling, the more we suffer. I recall a story of a monk and a flower. The monk adored the blossom, tending to it daily, but when the flower wilted, his heart broke. One day, he saw the truth. His pain was not from the flower's fading, it was from his own clinging. From then on, he still loved the flower, but he loved with freedom, not fear. Have you ever known this yourself? Perhaps with an old car you cherished for decades, or a home filled with memories. When it is gone, the pain cuts deep, but remember, everything changes. When we love without clutching, we are free. Psychologists tell us one of the greatest fears in later life is loss. Loss of health, loss of loved ones, loss of role or purpose. The Dharma offers us a key. See impermanence clearly. Accept that change is part of the journey. Then, instead of fighting life, we can smile at it. Thus, the three doors of wisdom, impermanence, karma, and letting go, become our refuge. Imagine if each morning you whispered to yourself, "Everything will change. I will plant good seeds. I will love without clinging." How light would your day feel? These teachings are not lofty theories. They are reminders that Dharma lives in our kitchens, our laughter, our tears. When we see with eyes of impermanence, when we sow kind karma, when we release our grip, then suffering fades and peace appears. Part 3. Applying Buddhist wisdom to life. Have you ever wondered why we suffer over things we cannot change? A sudden rain makes you late. A harsh word from a loved one leaves you upset. An illness lingers and you feel life is unfair. We often resist what lies beyond our control. And it is that resistance that creates suffering. In Buddhism, this is called resisting reality. The Buddha taught that resistance only adds weight to our pain. The opposite, acceptance, is the doorway to peace. Acceptance does not mean giving up or becoming passive. It means facing reality as it is, without judgment or added drama. Think of Nelson Mandela. He spent nearly 3 decades in prison. If he had lived in hatred, his life would have been only darkness. But Mandela chose acceptance. He found strength in that acceptance. He nurtured compassion, and when freed, became a symbol of reconciliation. Do you see what happens when we accept? Resistance dissolves and the mind becomes light, clear, and open. There is also a Zen tale about a farmer and his horse. When the horse ran away, neighbors said, "What bad luck." When it returned with wild horses, they said, "What good luck." When his son broke a leg taming one, they lamented, "What misfortune." Later, soldiers came to draft young men but left his son behind. Was it bad luck or good luck? The farmer simply smiled. Who knows? The lesson is simple. We never see the whole picture. What feels like misfortune today may be tomorrow's blessing. With acceptance, suffering softens and life's mystery unfolds. Alongside acceptance, another key is mindfulness. Mindfulness is living fully in each moment. It is not letting the mind run to the past or rush to the future. Modern science confirms this. Studies show mindfulness reduces stress, sharpens memory, and slows brain aging. At the University of Massachusetts, an 8-week program reduced anxiety and depression significantly. And practice can begin very simply. Take a deep breath right now. Feel the cool air enter your nose, travel to your chest and belly. Exhale and notice the warmth leaving the body. Even 1 minute of mindful breathing can calm your mind. Imagine each morning, instead of checking your phone, you sit for 5 minutes. Close your eyes, follow your breath. The whole day will feel different. You will step into the world with calm, not restlessness. With mindfulness, we learn to respond instead of react. When someone says something hurtful, we pause, breathe, then answer kindly. When anger rises, we stop, listen, then act with care. Mindfulness gives us freedom in every moment. But life is not only small irritations. Sometimes we face great suffering. Loss of loved ones, loss of work, illness that feels unbearable. What then does Buddhism offer? It reminds us, pain itself is a teacher. Like a butterfly struggling in its cocoon, the struggle strengthens the wings. Without hardship, it cannot fly. Challenges give us resilience, compassion, and wisdom. Think of Dwight Eisenhower. Before becoming the general who led the Allies, he faced rejection and failure. He did not quit. He learned from defeat, built strength, and was ready when the time came. So it is with us. Every hardship carries a lesson. If we open our hearts, suffering turns into wisdom. There is one more T: letting go. We often clutch too tightly, to old memories, to broken relationships, to fading dreams. But the tighter we hold, the heavier we feel. Have you ever felt relief after finally letting go? Perhaps giving away something unused or forgiving an old resentment. The weight lifts and freedom returns. Eckhart Tolle once lived in despair. Only when he let go of the thought, "I must control everything," did peace arrive. From then, he shared this freedom with millions. Finally, it all comes down to choice. Every day we can choose what seeds to plant, seeds of kindness or seeds of anger. We can choose mindfulness or worry. We can choose letting go or clinging. And with each choice, moment by moment, we shape our future. Part 4. Real-life stories. Sometimes the lives of famous people become living examples of Buddhist truth. One of the most inspiring stories is the life of Steve Jobs. Imagine this. He founded Apple, one of the world's great technology companies. But he was forced out of the very company he created. Most people would collapse in despair. But Jobs chose another path. He accepted reality, without drowning in resentment. He founded Next and Pixar, two companies that changed technology and film. Years later, Apple invited him back. He led the company to heights we all know today. Look closely, and you will see. Jobs practiced impermanence in a natural way. He knew that today's failure could become tomorrow's opportunity. He did not resist. He flowed with change. As old age and illness approached, Jobs learned even more about acceptance. In his final talks, he said often, "Death is life's greatest invention because it forces us to live truly." Have you ever faced a great shock in your own life? Losing a job? A crisis in the family? In that moment, it feels like everything is gone. But if you look back with calm eyes, often the crisis opened a new door. Steve Jobs shows us the power of accepting impermanence and living awake. Another story, even deeper, is the life of Viktor Frankl. He was a Jewish psychiatrist imprisoned in Nazi concentration camps. His family perished in the gas chambers. Each day, he faced death himself. In that hell on earth, many gave up hope. But Frankl discovered meaning in the midst of suffering. He wrote in Man's Search for Meaning, "When we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves." This is the spirit of Buddhism. Suffering is not for blame, but for growth. Frankl noticed that prisoners who held to meaning and purpose survived longer. It echoes the Buddha's teaching. The mind determines our experience more than outside conditions. Think about it. If in hardship we still hold to a belief that life has meaning, that trials are lessons, how strong we can become. Frankl's story shows us that even in the darkest suffering, light can be found. It reminds us that at any age, in any condition, we can still turn pain into wisdom and compassion. Let me share a simpler story. An older Buddhist woman I know lived many years in America. She told me how retirement shook her. She once had work, a position, friends. Suddenly it all ended. She felt useless, unnecessary. The first months were painful, even leading to depression. But after attending a short retreat, she learned acceptance of impermanence. She realized youth passes, work ends. It is natural. Then she began planting new good seeds. She joined charity groups. She tended her garden. She played with her grandchildren. She told me, letting go of her old title gave her back simple joy. This proves letting go is not loss. It is finding a new kind of freedom. Have you ever felt that emptiness? Perhaps at retirement, when children leave home, or when a role you loved suddenly ends. If so, remember, every ending is a new beginning. And the Dharma is the compass to help you step forward with peace. So from Steve Jobs to Viktor Frankl to ordinary Buddhists like us, the message is the same. Life always changes, but how we meet it decides the quality of life. If we resist, we suffer. If we accept, we learn. If we live awake, we find peace. Part 5. Beginning to live with Buddhist wisdom. My friend, listening to great teachings is wonderful, but if we only listen, they remain distant. The true value is to bring them into daily life. So how do we begin to live with Buddhist wisdom? The answer is simple. We begin with small, gentle steps. First, try mindful breathing. Sit down, close your eyes, breathe in slowly. Feel the air enter your nose, fill your lungs, then leave softly. In that moment, simply know, I am breathing in. I am breathing out. You can try this each morning when you wake. Instead of rushing up, sit quietly and take 3 deep breaths. Just 3 breaths are enough to calm your mind, and your day will begin with peace. A medical study in America found this practice powerful. Older adults who practiced 10 minutes of mindful breathing daily reduced anxiety and slept better. This shows Dharma is not only spiritual teaching, it is also medicine for body and mind. After breathing, try mindfulness in daily tasks. When walking, notice each step. Hear your shoes touch the ground. Feel stability under your feet. When eating, turn off the TV. Look closely at the food. Chew slowly. Taste each bite. Appreciate its flavor. When talking with children or grandchildren, listen fully. Do not interrupt. Do not judge quickly. You will see relationships grow warmer and closer. An older Buddhist once told me, I used to feel impatient when my grandchild rambled, but when I listened mindfully, I realized he didn't need advice. He only needed me to listen. Such a small change brought 2 generations together. Next, we must release expectations and control. In later years, many suffer when children do not live as we wish. Have you felt this yourself? We want them to succeed in our way. We want grandchildren to behave by our standards. But the more we expect, the more we suffer. This is attachment. Remember, impermanence. Each person has their own path. Our role is to love, support, and not to hold tight. One elderly woman shared her story. She always told her son what he should do. He grew distant. One day she chose to only listen, not demand. Her son came back, shared more, and trusted her again. She said, when I let go, I truly kept my son. That is the power of release. Another practice is observing karma in small acts. Every thought, every word, every gesture plants a seed. A smile plants joy. A complaint plants heaviness. Ask yourself, what seed will I plant today? A seed of anger or a seed of compassion? Each evening, take 5 minutes to reflect. What seeds did I plant today? Which seeds do I want to change tomorrow? This is Dharma in daily life. Simple but deep. Another key is acceptance. No life is perfect. Illness, loss, and hardship will come. But when we accept, we stop suffering from resistance. Think of traffic jams. Instead of anger, think, this is a chance to breathe, or listen to a teaching. When test results disappoint, instead of despair, remind yourself, this is impermanence. I will live fully each day that remains. Acceptance does not erase pain. It opens the heart to hold both pain and peace together. Now imagine this. Each morning begins with 3 mindful breaths. Each day you plant seeds of kindness. Each evening you close with gratitude and acceptance. How would your life feel then? The Dharma never asks for great achievements. It asks for small steps, repeated daily. Like drops of water filling a jar, slowly but surely, the heart is transformed. Conclusion. We have traveled a long journey together. From impermanence to karma, to letting go, to mindfulness, and to acceptance. Each teaching is like a lamp shining on life's path. Do you feel your heart lighter after hearing them? Impermanence reminds us everything always changes. When we accept, we no longer fear loss. Have you ever looked at your gray hair and smiled? It is a sign of time, but also a gift of experience. Karma shows us every word and deed plants seeds. If we plant compassion, we harvest peace. If we plant anger, we harvest suffering. What seeds will you plant today? Letting go teaches us to love without clinging. The tighter we hold, the more pain we feel. When we release, we find freedom and ease. Is there something you need to let go of right now? Mindfulness brings us home to the present. The breath, the step, the smile, all are treasures. Are you ready to try just 3 mindful breaths tomorrow morning? Let your mind return, here and now. Acceptance opens the gate to peace. Life holds suffering, but suffering is not the enemy. Suffering is the teacher that helps us grow. Have you ever looked at your own pain as a lesson? My dear friend, I am truly grateful for your presence. Grateful that you listened with your whole heart. Grateful that you gave your precious time to this moment. Your presence is a true gift to Son.Mindfulness. Congratulations for recognizing the value in each lesson. Every insight you received can change your life. If you practice, your days will slowly transform. Will you try it today? I invite you to share your thoughts in the comments. What touched you most? What lesson spoke to your heart? Your story may inspire someone else. Leave a few words so we can lift each other up. If this video has helped you, please subscribe. Stay connected so you never miss a new teaching. Your support helps Son.Mindfulness continue spreading wisdom. Will you be part of this journey of planting good seeds? Finally, let me offer you a blessing. May you stay healthy, enjoying every day fully. May you stay peaceful, with a heart light as clouds. May you stay happy, with a smile that warms others. And may you always find good fortune, like good seeds blooming around you. Thank you for being here. See you again in the next video.